Good morning, Helfrich Park. Please stand for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the moment of silence. You may be seated.
Good morning, Helfrich Park. I am here today to talk a little bit about testing that's going to start next week on Monday, April the 18th. We are going to be starting with your math test. You'll do that for the first week. The week after that, we go into language arts testing, and then just the sixth graders will do some science. So I wanted to give you a heads up. Surely you've heard already, this is going to start in your math class on Monday, okay? You should have been practice testing as these last few weeks, at least in your math class, you've probably seen a practice test or two. Please let your teachers know if you run into any problems, you can't hear through the headphones or there's something wrong with your device, because we really need to get that fixed this week before we start testing on Monday, okay? Things you need to bring with you. Be sure you have your charged up Chromebook with you when you go to a testing session, okay? You want to have your pencil. If you have earbuds that you want to use of your own, please bring those. We'll have some headphones, but if you have your own, we'd prefer you use those as well, okay? Bring a book and a sketch pad. You're not going to be able to get on any kind of device when you're finished with your test, so that I'll give you something to do while you're waiting for others to finish, okay? So charge up your Chromebooks, bring a pencil, your headphones or earbuds, a book or sketch pad, okay? A few extra little things for test security. Be sure at the end of every test you are turning in your test ticket, okay? After every single test session, you should not walk out of the room with your test session. With your test ticket. You should be giving that to your teacher at the end of each test session, okay? Scratch paper. You will be given scratch paper each time that you take an iLearn test. You're to put your name on that scratch paper, and that also has to be turned in at the end of the test session.
Mr. DeKemper, if you're in the building, please call the office. Mr. DeKemper, please call the office.
Cell phones. Obviously, this is nothing new. No cell phones in the classrooms during testing. The protocol, if you get caught with your cell phone during an iLearn test, it gets confiscated, and it also has to be gone through. Downtown will have to look through it to make sure there aren't any pictures or any kind of testing information on that phone. So please leave it in the locker, turned off, and there won't be any problems. No cell phones during test sessions, okay? Calculators. There are certain sections of the math test where a calculator is allowable, and a calculator will pop up on your screen every time you have a test question that allows you to use a calculator. There are a handful of kids that have been approved to use a handheld calculator. So you may see that in your room. Most kids don't get that, but there's a handful of kids that can use a handheld calculator. But just so you know, if you haven't heard anything about that, your calculator will pop up on the screen for you. Test questions. You are not allowed to discuss test questions. I am obligated to tell you that this cannot be on social media. You can't put test questions, texting back and forth, or even discussed. And that's actually one of the things that you agree to when you take each test session, is that you will not be discussing the test questions. All right. Last thing. During each test session, those 7th and 8th graders, you probably remember these iLearn effort rating scales that you will get for each test session. You're going to rate yourself at the end of the test session of how much effort you put into the test. So it goes from 0, no effort, to 4, best effort, okay? So at the end of each test session, your teacher is going to ask you to rate yourself on how much effort you put in to the iLearn test. Your teacher will also rate you. If your head is down on the desk, if it looks like you're sleeping, if you appear to not be doing your best work, your teacher is not going to give you a high rating, okay? What these are for is to get you an invitation to the iLearn celebration, which is on the May 19th, okay? This is an outdoor event. We do this, it's kind of a carnival. We have carnival games and lots of activities outside. The DJ's going, and it's an entire school outside on May 19th. It's a lot of fun. If you do not have effort ratings that are in the 3s and 4s, then you won't be invited to the iLearn celebration, okay? So we want to make that really clear as well, okay? If you have questions, please come see me in my office, and other than that, have a great day.
Welcome back, Pumas. Today is Monday, April 11th, today at the park.
Happy birthday to Jacob Flutie.
Congratulations to our Pumas of the Week. After announcements, please come down to the office for a quick picture. 6th grade, Harmony Heel and Simon Ford. 7th grade, Nazira Moore and Alexander Paxton. 8th grade, Aaron Berkstead and Isaac Aubrey.
Congratulations to Landon Price, Chloe Stock, and Kayla Hall for making Wright's freshman cheer team.
Now is the time to register for summer camps. We have information in the office for football, boys and girls soccer, and law enforcement camp.
Please save your water bottle and soda lids. You can turn them into your science teacher.
The social worker will be here Tuesday and Thursday this week. If you need to speak with her, use the email for Miss Gomez, and she will see it.
There will be no choir after school today.
Boys eat first this week. What we eat for lunch depends on what comes in on the delivery truck.
After school, we have track practice until 4 p.m. Be strong.
Be proud.
It's your roar.
Have a perfect day.
And don't forget to be kind.